Hi, this is a table that I made for cutting plywood on. It's a sacrificial top on it, so you actually cut right through the plywood into the table. Um, it's useful for other things too. You can use it as a banquet table just by putting a sheet of plywood on it. I find that I use it quite often, and it holds the plywood very securely while I cut it, so it doesn't rip and leave a ragged edge. You can see in the next panel that you actually cut through into the tabletop. Just make sure you don't cut too deep because you'll cut right through the 2x4s, and you sure don't want to do that. It's pretty simple to make this. It only takes 4 2x4s to make it. And you can see here that I put a panel on it. You actually want to clamp the panel in a couple of places so when you cut through it doesn't fall off. They're quite useful, and I actually paint on it too. Just throw down some sheets of cardboard if you want to protect the top. Here's the looking at the banquet table legs. That's what makes this unique. You can actually fold the legs up and store it away when you're not using it. Um, I got these legs quite a few years ago, and I actually used them on this. And I have to teach myself how to use them so you can learn from me. You can see that they're offset here. You want to offset them so they don't interfere with each other when you fold them up. And also, what you want to do is mount the legs, the main member of the legs to the 2x4, and then before you attach the 2x4 that the hinge attaches to, you want to make sure that it closes down correctly. I had to nail this once before I learned how to do it correctly. It's you want to make sure that it can fold down all the way. And that's the learning process. So clamp it down before you and get it right before you nail it down all the way. What you want to do is take two 2x4s by 8 feet long and then split them into three even cross members. So that gives you a little bit less than 32 inches because you have the amount that the kerf took up on it. You can take another 2x4 and split it in half so you get like a 2x2 out of it, or you can go buy 2x2s. One problem I think I ran into is when I split the 2x4 in half, it kind of gave a twist to the panels, and I think there's internal stresses into it. So that's one way that you can do it. So you center one of the 2x4s and the cross members, and then put one 2x4 at each end, and then come in 15 inches from the end and put another 2x4 on each end. So and then as I said earlier, on the third one from the end, you got to adjust that to however your hinge works correctly to make sure that you do that right. So it's well worth making it, and it's useful for other things, such as pounding nails into it so you can support pieces while they dry after finish them. I did that with polyurethane here, and these are little wheels that I supported while they dried.